What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Once again, back here on NBA 2K26, here for another rebuild, and today I wanted to talk about the team that had the most fun offseason of the NBA, if I was gonna say so myself, I guess. Maybe someone doesn't agree, but the Rockets had a great offseason. Of course, the Rockets made the big trade by acquiring Kevin Durant, also signed Dorian Finney-Smith, acquired Clint Capella. So let's go ahead and jump in and rebuild the Houston Rockets in NBA 2K26. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you are new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. But when it comes to the Houston Rockets, of course, we have Kevin Durant as the main attraction this offseason of what they acquired. Amen Thompson is going to be a very fun player for the foreseeable future for this team. They got Fred VanVleet to re-sign on a much cheaper contract after he was owed $40 million, but it was a non-guaranteed deal. Still have Şengün, and you still have Jabari Smith as well. So the Rockets obviously didn't give up too much to acquire Kevin Durant. They get Dorian Finney-Smith, and I think his contract the last two seasons are non-guaranteed as well, so that's pretty cool. Let's just go ahead and look at this rotation, and probably not going to touch anything in year one, unless if we do stop at the deadline, which is very possible. So, we got Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, Durant, Tari Eason, Şengün, Jabari, Finney-Smith, Capella, and Steven Adams as a rotation. Reed Sheppard getting some minutes here as well, which I think is okay. So we're going to go ahead, leave it the way it is right now. If I do decide to stop at the trade deadline and make any moves, I shall tell you. One thing we do have to keep in mind, obviously the Rockets also extended Jabari Smith Jr., but there are some other young players here that you need to think about in the future, because like, I believe Tari Eason's a free agent after this season. Yeah, so Tari Eason's a free agent after this season. I am noticing that he may not be as good as he was in previous 2Ks. I think I've seen further into the future, and he's not quite the 86 overall he becomes in other 2Ks, but we'll keep that all in mind. Does Reed Sheppard eventually cracks, does he ever crack a rotation here in Houston, or does he get moved? We'll have to find out. And then, of course, Durant's only playing on a one-year deal. But with that all being said, I'll see you guys at the end of year one or at the trade deadline. So at the end of year one, Jokic wins MVP. Flag is your rookie of the year. Russell Westbrook back in Denver is your sixth man. He has yet to be signed in real life as I'm recording this. Depoy is your Wemby. Josh Giddey is your most improved. And Steph is your clutch player. And Kidd is your coach here and executive. Goes to Zachary Staples. So, and then Trae Young won Cup MVP. I didn't realize you could see that at the end of the season too. That's pretty cool. Jokic, Shea, Giannis, Luka Doncic, and Steph is your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. So unfortunately for us, there's no like Durant or anything. But there is a chance, I was about to say, there is a chance we get Amen Thompson on the all-defensive team, which we do. He averaged 16 and 8 on 6 assists as well this year, so that's great. The one thing we do know about Amen Thompson, more than likely, he's never going to be a lights-out shooter from the perimeter, so we got to make sure we surround him with shooting. So that is something we'll be focused on in this video. But for now, we are, what we have is what we have. So we're the 7th seed in the Western Conference. We went 43 and 39, which is a little bit worse than I would have wanted to see out of this team, but we are the top play-in team in the West right now. You did have 29 from Kevin Durant. You had 19 from Şengün, 17 from Amen Thompson, as we saw, 13 from Jabari. So Jabari is going to be someone I definitely plan on keeping long-term. He's a perfect fit next to Amen Thompson. Of course, the Rockets gave him a really good contract. Only making $25 million, or I guess 27 in the last year, is going to be a massive steal for this team in the foreseeable future. So he is definitely someone I'm looking to keep. Durant's probably someone I'm going to keep for the next couple years as well. But let's go ahead and see how we do against the Los Angeles Lakers. So we are going to go ahead and shrink this down to a 9-man rotation. Tari Eason, I guess, is going to hop into the starting 5 for this one. So let's see if we can't come out here and get a play-in victory and get to the actual playoffs. So the Lakers had the lead most of the game, but we do take it late here, but they take it back, and we do barely squeak by. Kevin Durant drops 46 to get us out of the play-in. That must have been a game winner. So Doncic missed the three-pointer. Steven Adams, of all people, made the game-winning layup. That's pretty interesting. Okay, well, we get to play the LA Clippers in the first round, so let's see how we match up against them. Of course, as we're all aware, they have Harden, they got Beal, who they got this offseason, Kawhi Leonard, Bogdan, Zubac, John Collins, Brook Lopez. So, I do find it interesting that 2K has Kawhi listed at the 4 in this one. That's interesting, but all right. So, game 1 is going to go to the LA Clippers. Game 2 is going to go to them as well. So, we lose both games on the road. Let's see if there's any minutes that need changed. Not really seeing anything that changed too much there. But we were kind of a play-in team. But we do even the series, so we're right back in it. So, now time for game 5. So, let's see if we can go on the road and win game 5 and still one here. Then take them back to Houston and maybe finish them there. But let's see if we can't hang on to this game 5 victory. We will. 105 to 98. So already a great sign. But now it is time to see if we can't beat them in 6 and get to the second round already in this video after the play-in was our start. Let's see. It's a close game 6. It would be nice to steal this one at home. I guess it wouldn't really be a steal, but it would be taking care of business. Okay, well, we're going to game 7 against the Clippers in round 1. We're going to go 8-man rotation here. And we're going to see if we can't get the road victory and get to the second round in this first season. The Clippers had the lead there, but we take it. Now they're right behind us. They take it, and we will win 109-102. What a battle that was, but now we get to play Minnesota. Of course, the last time Durant played the Timberwolves, it did not go so well, but he's on a different team now. Game 1 is going to go to Minnesota. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3 goes to them, and then I'm going to assume they're going to win game 4 as well. Yep. I don't think we have quite the capability of beating the Timberwolves just yet, so they do take us out. I don't think we would have beat the Mavericks either. Got the Timberwolves and the Pacers, and you got the Timberwolves going on to beat the Pacers in 5. So that is going to be how it ends. So we lost to the team that went on to win the championship, so at least we can say that. All right, for the lottery, let's go see what we got going on here. So, of course, I don't believe we have a lottery pick this offseason, of course. So the Thunder are getting number 1 via Philly, which is not supposed to be true. Technically, the Suns, that one isn't true either. We just did a Suns rebuild, and that pick is a freaking nightmare to look at as far as how it will convey. But I'm pretty sure our pick, yeah, it's going to the Thunder. So we don't have a first-round pick, as I can see. So let's see. We got 7, 8, and 17. So maybe we could package these picks to move up late in the first round. So that might be something I do really quickly here to just get something going. Like maybe the Wizards would trade us 25 for 7, 8, and 17. Let's see. They agree. Okay, so we get a late pick in this draft. So now we can go pick late in this draft. I feel good about getting Darius at pick 25, so that is where we're going to go with this. So he falls into our laps. We'll go ahead and take him. We know Fred VanVleet's not someone that's going to be staying long term, and it's going to be interesting to see if Fred VanVleet's going to accept his player option or not. So he does accept, which I actually do like because we can use that to make a trade because I really do want to make a trade this offseason. So Amin Thompson, VanVleet, and Reed Shepherd. I think I'd like an upgrade next to Amin Thompson, preferably somebody who can space the floor really nicely next to him. That's my ideal hope. Brant is getting an offer from the Chicago Bulls. Again, I do want to keep him. We also have Tari Eason, who's asking for $16 million. There is a shot that I might let Tari Eason walk. I'm not going to lie. He's an 80 overall, but we'll see. I may also I probably will just resign him. Let's be honest. So Durant, though, I want to give him a 2-year deal. I want to live this out with Kevin Durant. So we're going to give him the max amount of money we can give him because I think I have to get him back. And we are his number 1 offer. So Durant will be signed. Tari Eason looks like he's getting an offer sheet already, so we may have to match right away. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. I don't think I'm going to, I'm not just going to let him walk. I'll match the contracts. We get Durant and Tari Eason, our 2 main free agents taken care of, which is a good sign. And then we do have, some money if we want to spend. So like Malik Beasley is someone that would make a lot of sense on this team. Obviously in Detroit, he was great for them. So I'm going to go ahead and throw Malik Beasley a contract too. I think that's a nice shooter to get on this team next to Amin Thompson. But now I want to make a trade with Fred VanVleet because I don't really want to go into this season with Fred VanVleet as a starter. I love Fred VanVleet, obviously, but I do want to go ahead and make a move here. So Şengün and Capella as our center rotation is fine. We have Adams' contract. We have Fred VanVleet's contract. And we still have Reed Shepherd as well that we could use if we wanted to. So I'm going to go look to make a move here. We're going to see if there's a shooter we can acquire either the point guard or the shooting guard spot and put him right next to Amin Thompson. The first target I have in mind is trying to acquire Derek White from the Boston Celtics. I know Ime Udoka wants to obviously coach the Celtics. I believe Derek White was there when he was coaching as well, so we can have a reunion there. So that's kind of my hope. We can put Derek White next to Amin Thompson. Obviously, Derek White shoots the 3 ball extremely well, shot 42% from 3 last year. Will still be very good defensively as well, which is why I love the idea of Derek White. Now, the only problem is he obviously is older at 32 years old, so the regression could hit us there, but 87 overall, I would imagine he stays at least an 85. I think we can work with it. So I'm going to go ahead and throw VanVleet's contract in here, obviously, to start matching some things. And we'll throw, Tari Eason could be thrown in here if we wanted to. We'll see if we decide to do that or not. It's between him and obviously Reed Shepherd, which Reed Shepherd projects to be a good shooter. So I think I am going to go ahead and try to we'll throw this. Well, that's a pick that could be very valuable. So I'll probably keep that out of the conversation. But let's say we trade our 2028 unprotected and maybe Dorian Finney-Smith. They can't take on a bigger salary. So this might be actually hard to pull off than I thought. What if I threw Darius in here as well? They aren't agreeing to that right now. I think this is as far as I would go. I don't think I'd do more than this. This would be my final offer. They don't agree with that. So we might move on to something different because I don't want to give up too much for a guy like that could be aging. So let's try someone else. Now I'm going to go talk to the Indiana Pacers about Andrew Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard is someone I really do like a lot over there in Indiana. He's got 2 years on his contract left, and it's pretty incredible how much salary he's going to be making the next 2 years. So this just fits extremely well with what we want to do going forward. So I'm going to send them this, see what they say. They don't agree to that, though. I didn't want to trade another first, but I'm going to throw a bunch of seconds at them. Not another first. Let's say a bunch of seconds. Does that get the deal done? And maybe I'll throw them Capella as well. I think that should probably get it done. And they agree. So we get Andrew Nembhard off of the Indiana Pacers. So one of them is going to be playing point guard for us next year, which I feel really good about. So Nembhard, we still have Fred VanVleet's contract as well, not to mention. So we didn't really have to give up too much to make that happen. We gave up Finney Smith instead. So we'll probably be moving Fred VanVleet still this offseason, though. But we'll have Nembhard, Reed Shepherd, Malik Beasley, and Ahmed Thompson as our guard rotation. Durant, and then we'll probably move Tari Eason to the 3. I think he'll go up there. So we'll probably go ahead and do that. And he does go up to an 82, so we'll take that. And then I think I just want to trade Fred VanVleet for pretty much anything that we can get. We still have Steven Adams as our backup 5, but might regress a little bit this offseason. So I am going to trade Fred VanVleet, though, for a backup 4 or a backup 3 or sorry, backup 4 or backup 5 is my hope. So we won't be trading Fred VanVleet, but I will be trading Steven Adams over to the Charlotte Hornets just to simply get Grant Williams as our backup 4. I don't really know how much I like him. And then one other thing we did do, I did sign Day'Ron Sharpe to a deal. So we signed Day'Ron Sharpe also to a deal, minimum contract. So yeah, that's kind of our game plan right now. So Fred VanVleet's technically still on the team at the moment, which is not something I wanted because I feel like he's kind of going to be the guy out of the rotation, but don't really think there was no trades that I liked for him is what I'm trying to say. So he does regress, and Reed Shepherd's tied with him now. Beasley regressed as well, and Sharp. But I still think Fred VanVleet might be the odd man out, which does suck to say. But Nembhard, Jabari, Ahmed Thompson, all developing. Şengün's developing, and Durant is regressing down. But we only gave him a 2-year deal. So if we feel like it's necessary to trade him on that second year, I would not, hesitate to do so. But I love what we have going forward. I think the Nembhard addition is great. Let's go look at this rotation in full going into next season. So this is what we're going to do for now. It's going to be Ahmed Thompson, Nembhard, Durant, Jabari, and Şengün. That makes a lot of sense. We kind of knew that already. But Tari Eason's going to be... I just realized he went down to an 80 overall after we literally just pushed him up to an 82, moving him to the 3. But yeah, so Tari Eason is someone that I'm noticing does not develop really well in 2K26 so far. Reed Shepherd, and we are playing Fred VanVleet still, and we do have Malik Beasley obviously playing as well. I wouldn't mind getting Day'Ron Sharpe some minutes here, but we'll leave it like this for now. More than likely, there will be a move at the deadline. We're a 4.5 balance system, though, so that's a great sign. But we don't need Fred VanVleet's contract, and Tari Eason is someone that's not progressing at all, so I'm not really sure there's any reason to keep him. So we'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys at the deadline, because I think we'll 100% be making a move there to further solidify our contender status here in the Western Conference. I think this is going to be the move we're making at the trade deadline. We're going to be sending Fred VanVleet over to the Nets for Nicholas Claxton. So they're going to simply just get off his contract. They're also giving us a second, which feels kind of crazy. What I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to throw them every second round pick we have to offer. I think Claxton would probably demand a first round pick, but they're not even asking for one, and he's only an 80 overall in this 2K to be fair, so that's why I'm only going to do 3 seconds. But yeah, some of the overalls are just a little bit different than they once were, I would say. But Claxton is a very necessary addition as far as our new backup center is concerned. I like him as our backup 5 to Şengün. I could definitely, rock with that. So I think that's kind of going to be the only move. I am going to go ahead and still keep Tari Eason despite... I'm a little concerned with his development, but he is shooting 36% from 3 right now. We're 29-23. I think Claxton's going to be a great addition to this team. So that's going to be our move, and we're going to see how much it helps us getting into those playoffs. So Wemby's going to win MVP. Boozer is your Rookie of the Year. Dame is your 6th man. Wemby's your D-Point. And Scoot is your Most Improved. And Cade is your Clutch Player. And Kid is your Coach of the Year. So here is your All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third team. So Şengün does make it this year, which is cool to see, averaging 22 and 10. So we'll take that. All defensive first team and all defensive second team. Ahmed Thompson, of course, all defensive team. So we end up right where we were last year, a play-in team, which is a little disappointing. We were better than, record-wise. We went 43 and 39 last year, but we're 47 and 35 this time around. We look at our player stats. We had 26 from Durant, which is still great. Don't get me wrong, though. If we go into next season without a championship, I think at the deadline, we may trade Durant. We maybe even do it this offseason as well. I wouldn't be opposed to that. We'll see. Şengün 22. He had 15 and 8 and 6 from Ahmed Thompson. But yeah, I'm really targeting next year being a year where we hopefully bring home a title to Houston. But there's a chance we do it this year as well. I won't rule that out. We got to get out of the play-in first, though, to play, or got to beat the Nuggets, I should say. So let's see if we're able to do just that. It's a close game so far, but they've had the lead most of the game. Do we ever take it back, though? We do not. So we're going to lose 153 to 131. So you're going to be waiting the Lakers or the Grizzlies. It will be the Lakers, who we did beat last year. I actually would really like to win this one because I would want to see how well we match up against Dallas, because that's going to obviously be the team that's always tough to beat in the 2K26 simulation. And we will hang on to this 131, 142. So we're about to find out how good we truly are, I would say. So let's see what it's going to look like against the Dallas Mavericks. We're going to run our 9-man rotation, 40 bench utilization. But if we are able to push this team, then it's probably a good sign that we're getting somewhere. But all right, game one, then with the rest playing first. Game one is going to go to Dallas, 103-98. So a close game one, but it did go to them. Game two, they're up 2-0. So we got to hopefully win both our games at home or we are in trouble. We are walking in as the 8th seed, so obviously we're the clear underdog here. But, you know, I feel like we're a really good 8th seed. That's why I would like to see us win one here, but we do lose. Close game in game 3. Game 2, we lost, so we're down 3-0. Not a good sign, but let's see if we can't maybe win one here at home. And maybe we're going to get swept here in the first round, which is entirely possible. And it is going to, wow, close game again. We lose 132-131. So we're just not quite there yet. Why is it asking me to fill out my rotation? What does it matter? We're literally out. So, okay, sure. We're literally eliminated. Why do I have to adjust my rotation now? But Mavericks, Pistons, and the Mavericks do go on and win it all. So once again, we lost to the team that went on and win the championship. That's happened twice now. I want to make sure Durant does not retire on us because I want to use his contract to make a trade if we're going to lose him, which I think we're going to, man. I think we are going to trade Durant this offseason. We are going to get the pick via the Brooklyn Nets, though, so that's good. So we get number 8. We could use number 8 attached to Durant, see what that gets us. So I think that's going to be the first move of the offseason. We can find a way to get someone really good for Durant along with the 8th pick. We could be in a good spot next year. So the odds of making this happen are probably extremely slim, but no trade finders are popping up for Durant, unfortunately, so we're going to have to try to make our own trade here. So I'm trying to trade for Jason Tatum. The odds of this happening, like I said, are probably extremely slim, but I'm going to try it anyway. So let's just throw everything we can at them, and I'll throw this other Nets pick in here, and we probably have to throw a player. So can they accept like I guess it would be Tari Eason would be our, no, they can't. Okay, so I'm throwing all this at the Celtics for Tatum. Let's see. They don't agree to it, though. So, yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be really hard. We'll throw one more first in here. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So, we're not going to be able to get Tatum. But, you know, Jaylen Brown is someone I wouldn't hate either. So, I'm going to see if they would give us Jaylen Brown instead. I doubt it, but it's worth a shot. Durant for Jaylen Brown. I'll throw this 8th pick at them as well. Not quite going to accept it. What about this 24th pick? And they definitely can't take on more salary. So, it's going to just really require us except throwing all of our firsts at them. I don't know if I can get to 4 firsts at this point. I'll throw this last one in here. If they accept this, we get Jaylen Brown, who I would really like in this team. But it's not much of an upgrade. That's my only issue with doing this. I'm going to throw it at them anyway, and they do agree. The one thing I will say is Durant was probably going to regress this offseason. Jaylen Brown, we have to hope, isn't going to. But Jaylen Brown is reunited with Ahmed Thompson and, reunited with Ime Udoka. Not reunited with Ahmed Thompson. I don't know why I said that. But yeah, it was risky, I will say, but I'm just banking on Durant probably regressing, and that was probably a little too much. I really preferred Tatum there, but we went for it, and now we have Jaylen Brown on the team. So we're going to have to hope that pays off. We're going to accept Reed Shepherd. We have Ahmed Thompson. We're going to re-sign, of course. Yeah, this is going to be a very interesting offseason, but Ahmed Thompson is going to be the first, or very interesting next season, I should say. That's done, and then we'll see if there's anything else we need to sign. So we got Ahmed Thompson, Reed Shepherd, Nembhard, Malik Beasley, Jaylen Brown, Tari Eason, Jabari, and then Şengün and Claxton. So this is kind of our all-in team right now. We really have to make sure it works out next year or we're just not going to win a championship because, yeah, I really have to hope that we justify it, the fact that, well, Brown's going up. So that's good. So we can already say, hey, Jaylen Brown's going up, and we go look at the Celtics with Durant. He hopefully went down. Yeah, he went down to an 88. So technically we have the better overall. I prefer Jason Tatum, but hey, we still got, you know, Jaylen Brown. So we'll see if it makes a difference. That's my hope. We'll see. We're going to go into year 3. We've been into the playoffs twice from the play-in tournament. I'd like to avoid the play-in this time around and actually just be a contender. I think we should be on paper, but 2K has not agreed yet. I mean, we find ourselves as a 4.5 proficiency balance, but this is what it was last year, so that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but the spacing around Ahmed Thompson and Şengün should be pretty good, I would think. So, obviously, Jaylen Brown shot 41%, Nembhard shot 37%, even Ahmed Thompson improved a little bit from out there as well. Jabari 42%, Eason shot 36%, and then Reed Shepherd 33%, and Malik Beasley 51%. Holy crap. Okay, so yeah, this should in theory be a really good team built around Ahmed Thompson. We have our second star in Jaylen Brown as well. We'll see if it works out. Power ranking has a second overall. We've been in the play-in twice. I'd like to avoid that, like I said, this year and be an actual legitimate playoff team in the West. We'll see if that comes to fruition. I think we should be a team that could go win a championship Already looking really good right now to start the season, but I'll see you guys at the end of it. So at the end of the season, we finished up with a record of 65-17. So I think it's safe to say that we avoided the play-in tournament for once in this video, which is great to see. And we do have Jaylen Brown making an All-NBA second team, so that's great. And of course, Durant is nowhere to be found. So who really won the trade? We gave them a lot, I'm not going to lie. But whatever. We went for it. And even Şengün made an All-NBA third team as well. And I'm assuming, you know, Ahmed Thompson, which he does make it, All-Defensive first team along with his brother as well. And here's our All-Defensive second team, All-Rookie team. So the Celtics rookie that they drafted with the 8th pick, though, didn't even make it on the all-rookie team, so that's interesting. But we have the first seed in the West, and here were your team stats for the year. This is the first time we're looking at this in the video. Offensive rating, we were 4th, and then defensive rating, we were number 1. So that's great to see. All that matters, though, is are we going to go win the whole thing? 31 from Jaylen Brown, 22 from Şengün, 16 from Ahmed Thompson, and 12 from Jabari, 11, and then 10 and 10, 6 and 5. So I'm feeling good. I feel like we have a really legitimate chance of going far here, but let's see how it's going to go. So the Lakers, they've been a team we've eliminated in the play-in twice. The Lakers have reunited Luka and Porzingis, which is pretty interesting, but let's see how this is going to go. Game 1 goes to them. Okay, not a great start, but we do win Game 2, and we won Game 3, so we still back. Okay, yeah, so we still back home court, and we beat them in 5. So I was a little scared there at the beginning. And then Dallas is facing Memphis right now, and they're probably going to get past them. But it is going to... Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. We get Minnesota, though. Let's see if it's going to be Dallas and Phoenix on the other side. But let's focus on Minnesota, a team that has beat us in this video already. But I'm feeling better about our chances this time around, so hopefully that works out. So Game 1 goes to Minnesota. Not a good start, I would say. But we could still win Game 2, and we don't. So we lose both games at home. Not a good sign. Not a great way to start a series ever. But if we can win both road games, we're back in it. So let's see if we can win the first road game. And it's been close. We've taken the lead there a couple times, but we find ourselves down 3-0. So that's not good. So I thought this was going to be the year that maybe it would push in our favor, but it looks like second round might be what we lose. And we made it to the second round the very first season. And we're going to get swept, so not a great sign. We get swept in the second round. Minnesota and Dallas, the Timberwolves do go on. And hey, look, would you look at that? We lost to the team that went on to win the whole thing again. That's happened 3 times now. Unfortunate, but I'm going to chalk it up to just trying again. And Durant did retire. So again, we're also not going to have to worry about that anymore. Let's go to the lottery. This isn't going to matter for us. We gave up a lot. We're locked into the team. The only thing we have to worry about is basically re-signing everybody. So that's all we're really going to do. Don't think we have a draft pick whatsoever, but maybe we do have one of our picks we kept. Gonna be late anyway, so yeah, no picks. Player options, go see what this is looking like. So we got Reed Shepherd's a free agent, and I think obviously Nembhard's a free agent too. So those guys are looking to be someone I'd like to resign. Nembhard's not even asking for much money, thankfully, and neither is Reed Shepherd. So it's gonna get those done and bring them all back. Malik Beasley is gone this time, so we might have to look for someone different there. So Isaiah Joe kind of fits the perfect mold for a shooting guard who can shoot. And I also like the idea of Keon Ellis too. Give me some Keon Ellis action. So we go with that, and that is going to be it. All right, let's go to play regression, and let's see how much we got. Some regression here this time though. Reed Shepherd is up to an 83, so it's it's nice that we've held on to him for this long. I'm gonna move Keon Ellis to the 2 guard. I think he'd probably go up if I had to guess, and yeah, he does. So Keon Ellis will be our backup 2 guard. And him and Isaiah Joe will fight for minutes there. But all right, we're going to go into this next season. Very similar rotation. We'll see if year number 4 gives us anything different as far as results in the playoffs are concerned. So once again, another good regular season as we go 62-20. But of course, all we care about is bringing home that title. And we're going to see if it ends up working out that way. I'm noticing that Ahmed Thompson for the first time did not make an All-NBA team. I did see Şengün, and Jaylen Brown makes it as well. So that's great, but yes, individual accolades for Ahmed Thompson don't necessarily matter. All we care about is winning this championship. So very similar stats to last year, kind of reflective of what it was, but let's see if we can get to, far. So thankfully, one thing I'm noticing is Minnesota and Dallas, the 2 teams that have given us some issues, are on the other side of the bracket. Now, another team that does terrify me sometimes is the Spurs, so we may have to deal with them as they have Koa Pete next to Wemby. But we got the Memphis Grizzlies in round 1, who have John Morant, Coward, Jalen Wells, Jaren Jackson, and Zach Edey. So game 1 is going to go to us. Game 2 is going to go to us as well. Game 3 goes to them, and Game 4 goes to us. Can we beat them in 5? Yes, we can. Okay, so Minnesota's been taken care of. It's Dallas and Phoenix on the other side. We have not had to deal with the Spurs in this video yet, but of course, it is still Wemby, Castle, Harper, and Fox, so that's still terrifying, and we may have some problems, but hopefully we don't. So Game 1 is going to go to the Spurs. Are we just a second-round cursed team that could just never get past the second round? We're going to go ahead and get to Simcast early in this one, because second round has been where we get literally eliminated every single time, it feels like. So we win at home in Game 3 or Game 2. We do 109-122. So we're not going to go down 2-0 this time. So that's good. We go win on the road in San Antonio and take a 2-1 lead. Looking okay at the moment, but it is a close game. We steal it? No, we can't. 102-118. Oh man, we're gonna go 8-man rotation here as well. Let's just get 8-man rotation in here, and let's see if we can just force a Game 5 tied up. I mean, a Game 5 is going to happen no matter what, but I'd like to see it tied when we head there. So we had the lead there, but we let up, and the Spurs will take it, and we're not going to get it back. 118-123. We are in trouble, fellers. I don't think we're going to win a championship with this team today. It looks like, unfortunately, the second round just may be our peak of this squad right now, which really is disappointing to think about because, yeah, just not going to happen for us. 133-123. Unfortunately, we just can't get past the second round, and we wouldn't have had to deal with the Mavericks. But again, every single time we've lost to the team that's won a championship, every single time. I'm gonna give it one more effort though, one more chance. I'm gonna try one more time with this team. Tobias Harris is retiring, that's fine. But yeah, I'm gonna try one more time. I'm debating on whether or not to make a trade here though. I think our team is locked up for the most part. But the one guy I would trade, I guess, is Şengün, but he actually has a player option right now, technically. And Jaylen Brown, I think, is a free agent, too. And Ime Udoka is gone, too, so maybe we move on from him and grab something else. Like, I don't know. I like Udoka, so yeah, I think I'm going to keep him. So Udoka will keep, even though maybe we should have moved on and did something else there, but whatever. So this can be our last chance, though. If we can't get it done this year, then I'm just going to chalk it up that we can't win a championship with the Rockets, so... whoever this 30th pick isn't going to help us right now. Şengün does decline his player option, and I think Jaylen Brown was a free agent too. So two guys that, yeah, pretty important to bring back. So is Tari Eason. So we're just going to go ahead and fork over the money. We can't really afford to lose anybody. So let's see if Şengün is looking to sign with us. He does. So we get all three back, which is good. We're still going to be looking for that backup shooting guard, which was Keon Ellis last year. Lou Dort, we'll just keep rotating them. That's fine. So Lou Dort comes in. Have Kamara as well. Yeah, give me some Kamara action. Just kidding. Goes back to the Suns. Okay, so the one guy I was considering trading was Şengün. But it would have to be the right offer. Like, I'm not just going to move him for no reason. So Zach Edey, Power Hero, Kareem Lopez, George. I mean, yeah, I think we're just kind of stuck with what we got right now. I don't really see. I mean, we could go for Asar Thompson, bring him in, and that could be interesting. We can go Malawatch, but that's an overall regression. So... yeah, I think we could go Klingon. I guess that would be better defensively than Şengün is, but Şengün's also been one of our second scorers. I don't know, man. It's kind of a... not really sure if I want to... like, I don't really want to run it back, but I also don't really want to necessarily take a downgrade to Şengün. I think Şengün isn't the problem. I don't really want to blame him either, so... just gonna run it back, man. I know that's probably psychotic and not the right way, but I don't want to trade Şengün for Donovan Klingon and... think that's going to change anything. So we're going to go into it again, and we're going to hope that third time's a charm and we just get matchups favored in our direction and get out of the second round. That's got to be the hope anyway. We'll see. So we are at the trade deadline as I'm looking to make a move to hopefully further solidify ourselves. We've been in the second round and got eliminated every single time. I hate to do this to Şengün because I don't think it's his fault, but this trade makes us better and deeper. We get Dash Daniels, who is going to be a really nice throw-in in this trade. So Jalen Duren and Dash Daniels, I think, is a very necessary trade to hopefully push us where we want to be. So now Nembhard comes off the bench, and we have Reed Shepherd, Tari Eason, and Lou Dort as your rotation. So Claxton, I guess, gets pushed out in this scenario, which is fine by me. The only other thing I could think to do is trade Lou Dort and Claxton for an upgrade as the backup 5. But yeah, I felt like we needed to make one more final push at it. So we'll see if they get Jarrett Allen. So yeah, we're going to do that. So Jarrett Allen's going to be our final move. We're going to hope that is what, you know, rounds us up into a team that can go on and win it all. We'll find out if that is the case. We basically replace Şengün scoring with Dash Daniels scoring in a different position. But we'll see if we go on to win it all or not. This will be our final shot at it. So another executive of the year crown going to us, but again, I don't really care, man. I'm just trying to get this championship. We don't end up as the first seed, so maybe that's a good thing. One thing I'm noticing right now is Spurs and the Mavericks and Timberwolves. I'm hoping the Timberwolves, no, they could meet us here. So I would not like to see the Timberwolves, but it is going to be Minnesota in round 1. I'm going to be devastated if we lose in round 1, but it is what it is. Not much I can do about it if we do. 29, 23, 14, 13, 12, and 12, but let's just get this started. So we are, of course, our 9-man rotation going up against this Timberwolves team, which they have Mario, Linwood Bolden, Edwards, a regressed Randall, Behringer, Anthony, and Ricky Hunter. So game 1 is going to go to us. Good start. Game 2 goes to us. So far, so good over this Timberwolves team, but they could even it up. We're up 3-1, and we will beat them in 5. So we take out one of the teams that's been eliminating us, and both Dallas and San Antonio are both gone. This is a golden opportunity, but we have not had to deal with the Suns yet. So they got Booker, Jalen Green, Kamara, John Collins, and Malawach. You got Mark Williams, Collier, and Ryan Dunn. Not a bad team over there in Phoenix, I won't lie. So we'll see. Game 1 goes to us, though. Game 2 goes to us. This is looking good at the moment. We may finally reach the conference finals. We do. We play the Warriors. So I assume probably got Jokic. They usually do for some reason. And no, they don't. They have Luke. Okay. Not Jokic. They have Luka Doncic instead. They also have Richie Vincent at the center position. So we get to deal with Luka in the conference finals. Game 1 is going to go to us, though. Good start. 2-0. Looking good right now. We are looking great. And all we had to do was trade Şengün to make it happen, which I feel bad about. We get to play the Orlando Magic in the NBA Finals. So Orlando, they have Suggs, Alexander Walker, Franz, Paulo, and Gafford. Here we go. Game 1 goes to us. Game 2 goes to us. We're looking good right now. I think we're good. And we're going to sweep the Orlando Magic to finish this video off with a championship. Dylan Brown is your finals MVP. And I honestly, for a second, thought we weren't going to win a championship in this one. But I felt like we had to make some moves, and we did. We could not afford to just run it back with Şengün and expect, the same result, or expect different results, I should say. Feel bad that I traded him away. I'm wearing his shirt right now, but it is what it is. Thank you all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next one. This is Crushables. I'm saying peace.